Hi everyone, once again this is James and welcome back to the second series of the Money Talk. And today I'm going to talk about this theory in the money map, which is the cash flow management. And what exactly is this cash flow management that I am talking about? Alright, so as some of you has know, alright, so that cash flow has got two things. The first thing about cash flow is whether is it a positive cash flow or is it a negative cash flow. And what does cash flow means? Alright, so you can imagine that this is your pocket. Positive cash flow means money that is flowing into your pocket. Alright, so money essentially flowing into your pocket is actually what we meant by a positive cash flow. And which also means that money flowing out of your pocket, it symbolizes a negative cash flow. Right. So let me give you an example. Right. So today, if you are working as an executive and you earn $5,000 every month, so this money is coming into your pocket. So this is therefore a positive cash flow. Right. And then let me give you another example. Today, I decide to buy a ring for my girlfriend. Right. And the ring costs $1,000. And therefore, this $1,000, it is a negative cash flow. And there is this thing that is a little bit confusing. And what if today I ask you this question? Today you save $500 into a savings plan. Alright, so can I ask you, is this $500 a positive or a negative cash flow? Alright, and some of us maybe are confused, right? Because they always assume that a savings of $500 is actually a positive cash flow. But it is actually not true, because that $500, it is actually negative, minus from your pocket, it is out of your pocket. Therefore, this saving of $500 is actually a negative cash flow. So assuming this is your expenses, at the end of every month, basically whatever that is left behind here is what we know by your savings. Alright, this is what we meant by your savings. And before we talk about this, let's talk about the positive cash flow first. Alright, and this is again another theory that Money Map focuses on, which is talks about this thing called a active versus a passive income. What does active income means? Active income is something that you do, right? Like this example, you are actually an executive. You are earning $5,000. So what are you in exchange for that $5,000? Basically, you are exchanging your time as well as your knowledge in exchange for that $5,000. Right. So, and this is what we meant by a active income. And what does passive income means then? Passive income means that today you don't need to do anything, but your assets basically helps generate a positive cash flow. And this positive cash flow comes in here. Alright, and this passive income that you are not doing practically anything, but keeps giving you a positive cash flow is what we meant by a passive income. Alright, so obviously a positive income minus your negative cash flow, you eventually have this part here, which is your net cash flow. And this is the part where I meant by your savings every single month. Alright, the surprising thing about when I spoke to some of my clients and some of my trainees, this is something that we always face. That is, today they are supposed, so in this, assuming this is the scenario, let's say you are someone who spent $4,500 every single month, and your income, your cash flow is $5,000. By right, you should be saving $500. But the actual fact is they are not saving $500. At the end of every month, they are only saving $100. So why is it so? There's this thing that people don't really recognize, is that from here to here, there's this thing what we meant by a leakage. And what is a typical leakage that I'm talking about in the cash flow management? Let me give you another example. Today, let's say I go for a breakfast with my friend, right? And then I feel generous, right? And I decide to buy everybody drinks today or buy breakfast today. And this is $50. And this is not within my budget. I've never budgeted for this, but I feel generous and I spend it. This could be a potential leakage. Or maybe I go out on a dinner with a friend. We're supposed to eat in a restaurant, okay, but we decided to go to a high-end restaurant outside my budget, and I decide to spend on it, and this becomes again my leakage. Another very potential leakage could also be gifting. Sometimes you decide to buy a gift, could be for farewell, could be for for celebrative moment, and you decide to buy a gift for someone. It is again not within your budget, and this could also potentially leakage to your cash flow management. Right. So in this part of the video, what I shared, let me just do a recap of what I shared. I basically talked about what cash flow management is all about. I've also talked about how you can manage your leakages and get a higher savings, and through this you also understand this simple concept of an active versus a passive income. Alright, so stay tuned, and if you want to find out more about MoneyMap, stay tuned, and I'm going to give you more information in our next series of Money Talk. Thank you.